Guys, it's time for Breakthrough with Coach Lou. Coming to you live from Accelerate Life University, XLR8Life.com. Coach Lou will help you break through anything that's stopping you. Are you ready to get the motivation, the energy, the life, and all the success you really want and deserve? With no further ado, here's Coach Lou.
What's up? Monday morning. What's up, guys? Are we ready for another amazing week? Welcome back to Breakthrough with Coach Lou, Monday morning edition. And the question of the day is, what have you done for me lately? Do you remember that old song, What Have You Done For Me Lately? Well, let me ask you a question. What have you done for somebody else lately? That's our discussion of the day. We're going to talk a little bit about contribution. What do you contribute? You know, there's a law of nature, God, the universe, that talks about if things don't contribute beyond themselves, they're eliminated. And I think we've seen that in the evolution of species, et cetera, over the years. And it's kind of true. And it even rings home in the workplace. If you don't contribute to your workplace, whether it's your business, your career, your schooling, whatever it is, you do get eliminated. And I think that's really important to understand as we go through this today. So instead of walking around asking the world, what have you done for me lately? Maybe it's time for us to ask, what can I do for you today? Wow, what a neat concept. What a different attitude people would have towards each other. What a different attitude you'd have towards yourself if you came from a spot of contribution. Ooh, pretty tough stuff this morning, huh? Pretty crazy, guys. So in my years of coaching, I've been asked many times, hey, Lou, how do I receive in this world? How do I get more for me? How do I feel more love? And it's always been give more. If you give more, you automatically receive. Think about that. When it comes to love, if you give love, you feel love. There is no dependency upon somebody else there. Now you might say, no. If I give somebody love and they don't give me love back, I'm not getting but you're still loved. It's like pets are a great example, or any kind of animals that people, when they go and give above themselves to just, most of the times those critters don't really know quite all of what you're doing for them, right? They don't really go, hey, thanks for the meal. Thanks for providing shelter for me. Thank you for protecting me against something. They have no clue. I mean, they're happy, but they don't understand at the level we would. But we still give to them. We still love them. We still care for them. What a concept. What about the person that has, they're down and out and they wake up one morning and go out the door and stub their toe on boxes and bags of groceries for their family because somebody noticed they were having a hard time and somebody didn't put their business card on it or say, hey, it's your neighbor 2 doors down. Come say thank you and go kumbaya, ya at me. And I'm doing this for significance. Somebody just said, oh, damn, that person needs help. And I'm going to help them. How about as simple as holding a door for somebody? Did you ever catch in the reflection as you're walking into the door and you're right on that line of, I don't really have to because they're not right behind me. But you step back and you hold the door for somebody and you just see them light up and go, oh, geez, thanks. Wow. Yeah. But see, at that point, you give, you contribute, but you're also receiving the joy of giving. Interesting. That's the one thing you can't do enough of is contributing in the right directions. I mean, what you don't want to do is go give a $50 bill to the homeless guy on the corner knowing he's going to go around the corner and smoke crack. And you're going to use your hard-earned money to buy dope. And you're not helping him any because you're perpetuating his addiction. However, I don't care who it is. They're on the corner and I got an extra bottle of water in the car. It's hot. It's miserable. I'm going to give the girl a bottle of water Or if there's some food or something, or, some clothing, if we're going to toss clothing or something like that, it's okay to give. Just don't perpetuate the problem. But the whole point of it is, when I really get into this about contribution, a lot of times people are like, well, I can't really contribute to anything because I'm, barely making it myself. Well, let me say something here. If you can't give a dime out of a dollar to somebody else, you're not going to give a million out of 10 million when you hit it big. Okay. And the real thing of the giving is the psychology of this, and stick with me on this. When you go, even if you're really having it tough, and you go, I'm going to give somebody another, they need $1, and I'm going to help somebody. I made $20. I'm going to go and give somebody $2 immediately. It needs $2 more than I do. And you might be thinking, well, I really need that $2. The minute you give something, you feel abundant. Your brain already reacts to this and goes, oh, I have enough. I have excess. Even if you don't, but it already starts to make you feel that level of success, like you do have it to give. Does this make sense? Are you feeling me on this? Okay. So that's really cool. And the other thing is, I'm going to give you a couple tools this morning. It's going to be a quick show this morning, guys. It's going to be a big week, and we got a lot going on, and I got some great announcements coming up. October's going to shift gears. Some great stuff, but it's still a secret. So, okay, the key to giving is also give without expectation. We've all had friends and family that, you give something to, and they take, and never give anything back. But did you ever have a friend or a family member or somebody who you feel like you could never repay them for all they've done for you? Oh my God, I had friends like that back in the times when there were tough times, and I remember my friends, I blew up my motor on my truck, and I was like, oh God, and next thing you know, I got a plane ticket to go to Alabama and pick up their third and extra car that they didn't need. Their kids weren't old enough to drive or anything yet, and they said, come get it, pay the insurance on it, use it as long as you need it, and bring it back when you're done. Wow. I mean, some of the things they did for me over the years, I don't feel I could ever repay them for being there like they were for me. And then there's other people, it's like, oh my God, I've done everything for this idiot, and they never do anything back, or never, you know what I mean? But that's the idea. You got to give without expectation, because it comes around and it goes around, and you don't necessarily give and receive. Okay. When it's give and receive, equal. Well, what's in it for me? What am I getting? And for what you're getting, that's prostitution, y'all. Okay. If you got to buy your love, that's prostitution. Well, I'll give you love, or I'll give you this if you give me this. Now in business, yes, if you want to buy my product, you are going to give me money. You're not going to just come in and I'm going to go, here, give it away. Now I say that cautiously. I've had people bring their, have their kids in, and they see something, and, they're like, oh, and they're like, no, not this week, honey. And I'm like, here you go. Oh my God. Yeah, well, that $2 or $10 or $5 or $20 or $50 item, and that child will remember someday that somebody was kind and giving. What a concept. But when you give, even if you don't feel you have anything to give, when you do, your brain already goes, oh, I'm abundant. And that drives you to more success. This is amazing. And we can really, really talk about this stuff and delve into it in some coaching and so forth. And encourage you for the rest of the week. What we got cooking this week is tomorrow night is Healthy and Wealthy at 7:30 p.m. So catch that all at Coach Lou, CoachLou.com. I'm going to stick some things in the chat here for you. So you absolutely can check out all of what we got going on. Check us out, and definitely come in and see us. And why am I popping my chat out here? Sometimes technology, you gotta love it. Sometimes you don't gotta love it. But no, I love technology. It's how I reach you guys. So Healthy and Wealthy is Tuesday night, 7:30. Thursday morning at 7:30 is Small Business Talk. And then Thursday night at 7:30 p.m. is CLAD, Coach Lou After Dark. My apologies go out on behalf of the network, Blog Talk Radio. They had a towers issues and stuff last week. We couldn't broadcast, and it wasn't my fault. It wasn't my lack of technical skills. So we will be on and ready to roll this week, guys. So be all ready. It's going to be a great week. I encourage you this. Go find somebody today to give something to just because. And just check out this feeling of giving. I'll tell you a quick story. It's not my story. It's Tony Robbins' story. When he was broke ass on his butt as a young guy, he had $20 left to his name. Couldn't figure out how he was going to pay his rent and stuff. He goes to this all-you-can-eat buffet so he can load up for the winter, and he's sitting there, and this lady comes in with this little guy all dressed up, and he's opening the door for her and pulls her chair out. Long story short, it's the lady's son, and, he's about 10 years old, and just, being a little gentleman and, taking his mom out for dinner. And he was so moved by it that, he paid for his meal and walks up to this little guy and says, I can see you're quite the gentleman, taking care of your lady here. And you're such a gentleman. And he goes, no, that's my mom. And he goes, I know, but I'm very impressed with you, young man. He said, it's great that you're taking her to dinner. And he goes, well, she's actually taking me because I'm 10 and I don't have any money. And he laid the money down on the table, his last money in the world. And the little kid goes, I can't take that. And he goes, yes, you can. I'm bigger than you. And he walked out, and he said he walked all the way home because he didn't even have gas money. Walked all the way home like he was walking on air. Just did this and just was, crying and sobbing. He was so moved by it. And he gets home, and the next morning he wakes up and, knock, knock, knock on the door, and the postman's there, and he's like, oh, God, more bills. When's the eviction notice coming? And there's this handwritten envelope. And he goes, what's this? He opens it up, and it's from somebody who had owed him $1,200 and, had been avoiding him and hadn't paid him back for years. And finally said, I apologize, this, that, and the other. Well, that solved, at least in the temporary, a month's worth of problems. And with the belief that got installed in his head there, whether it's 100% accurate or not, was because of what he did the day before, gave to the young man and his mom, and, stepped up like that selflessly, that all of a sudden it came back around and he got a debt paid back to him that was owed to him like that. So gave a little and got a lot back just like that. And I think that's the secret to giving is, do it from the heart. And it doesn't mean, be a bleeding heart lib on it. It means get out there and do something that makes a difference. Now, it's not always money. It's not always giving a dime out of a dollar. Sometimes it is giving of your time. It is giving of some advice, some caring. But contribution is really the ultimate key. It is the sixth level of the human needs. I know I told the story about Tony, and this 6 human needs came from Tony. He coined that. I just love to teach it. And that's what we've been teaching the past month and a half of shows here. Okay? So my whole point to this is, what is your way? What can you contribute? Now, next week, we're going to put this all together because the 6 human needs actually have a 7th as to how I've expanded that. And we're going to share that with you next week. So make sure you are on live on the show. Guys, live with faith, energy, passion, always, and I mean always live your dreams. It's Coach Lou signing off. Have an absolutely amazing day.
Ready to take it to the next level? Next level? Tune in to xlr8life.com for our live shows, encore presentations, life-changing courses, and live coaching with Coach Lou himself. As Coach Lou always says, live with faith, energy, love, passion, and always live your dreams.